So here we have a brand new release from the brand Navitus Parfums. Here is a fragrance that was creatively directed by Sharita, and she has her own channel here on YouTube. I'm going to drop the link to that down below. The fragrance is called Mahni Cassonade. I'm excited to give you my thoughts on this sugary sweet gourmand fragrance in just a little while, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's video and I give you my thoughts on Mahni Cassonade, and this is the most recent release that has actually dispatched to consumers from Navitus Parfums, I want to start the video off first by saying that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, reviews, top 10s, giveaways, unboxings, special guests, interviews, and a whole lot more, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and please give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It would really mean a lot to me. So again, Sharita has her own channel here on YouTube. I'm going to drop the link to it down below, and I just got to read you this note breakdown. And this is an amazing fragrance composed by Bertrand Duchaufour. You guys know how much I love this perfumer based out of France. So in the top you have bergamot, vanilla cream, or vanilla ice cream rather, and cashmeron. Brown sugar, toffee, and amberwood are residing in the heart. And then in the dry down you have vanilla caviar, crystal musk, and Peruvian white amber. Now, of course, these fragrances are a labor of love. I know that for myself personally because I actually just came out with my own brand new fragrance with Navitus Parfums, creatively directed by both myself and Max Forti, who also has his own respective channel here on YouTube. And it's a collaboration between Navitus and Scent Explorer. Only 500 bottles were ever made. They are selling quickly. It's a limited edition. There's a plaque delineating what number you have of the 500. So if you would like to be in possession of this amazing whiskey, boozy, leather, tobacco type of a fragrance, links are going to be down below. Anyway, the star of the show today is Mahni Cassonade, and I believe this fragrance was inspired by Sharita's daughter, whose name is Imani, and Cassonade means brown sugar. So of course, the namesake of the perfume also alludes to one of the accords that you can expect to find in the perfume itself. In any case, I'm excited to talk to you about the smell. Let's start things off with a quick look at the super luxurious presentation. So right in the opening, you're gonna get this brown sugar slash vanilla slash smoky quality about it. And it's not a smoky quality in the way of cade oil or birch tar. It's a smoky quality in the way of you can smell something beautiful and something deliciously saccharine baking in the oven. And it kind of puts you in that mindset of this is so delicious that I can almost eat it. It's almost consumable. It's almost edible. And there were times when I'm smelling this and I'm like, wow, if somebody had placed a dessert in front of me that smelled exactly like this, my mouth would start to salivate, basically. So again, just to reiterate some of the notes, you have bergamot, vanilla ice cream, and cashmeron in the opening. The vanilla is certainly the star of the show. As soon as this fragrance opens up, it's creamy, it's dulcet, it's sweet. It is just a pleasant gourmand experience from top to bottom. And of course, it's bridged in the heart with the assistance of brown sugar, toffee, and amberwood. So it's interesting because toffee can be a little salty. I would imagine the vanilla caviar could also be a little salty. So you do have this salty, slightly smoky, sweet, sugary, creamy, vanillic, gourmand goodness. And you know, one thing that I've been loving a lot from Navitus Parfums, and of course I've lent my hand in this as well, is there's been a lot of gourmand releases as of late, whether we're talking about Venom of Love, which is cherry and chocolate, or Chocolate Queen, which is a beautiful chocolate fragrance with vanilla as well, or we're talking about Ambrosia Imperial, which is banana and amber and vanilla, or even Amorous Intense, which is pear. It's very fruity and people say it smells like a green Jolly Rancher candy. Here we have a brown brown sugar masterpiece, if I may say so. You really need to try this one. Extrait de Parfum concentration, amazing longevity, 12 plus hours. Projection is also phenomenal. You do have some volatility happening in the top on account of the bergamot, but you also have those anchoring fixative ingredients in the dry down on account of the vanilla caviar, the crystal musk, and the Peruvian white amber. Now, as far as this amber is concerned, it's not balsamic, it's not resinous, but you do have a hearty dose of the vanilla, which is kind of the motif throughout this fragrance. So what you can expect is this sugary, slightly salty vanilla, brown sugar, and slightly smoky, as in a delicious gourmand, you know, serving coming straight out of the oven. That's the vibe that you're going to get from this one. Mahni Cassonade, this is a beautiful fragrance. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, you know, it's interesting because I creatively directed a fragrance called Raised Spirits, and that fragrance contains brown sugar syrup. So when I heard about this one initially, I suspected that it might smell similar to the fragrance that I creatively directed. Totally different beast, different animal. It does its own thing. It stands on its own two legs. It's really impressive. Longevity, 12 plus hours. Projection was wonderful for the first hour and a half of application. It radiated well beyond an arm's length. It became an elbow's length scent right around hour 8, a skin scent right around hour 10 or 11. In terms of the versatility, I think it's perfectly unisex. I can see some people arguing that it might be a little feminine leaning. If that, I would say it's about, you know, 65% feminine, 35% masculine, but at the end of the day, wear what you want, wear what makes you happy. This is a great formal scenario type of a fragrance. Great for any time of the year except for the summer, just because I know some people find sweet fragrances to be quite cloying in the summer. So I would just say save this one for the fall and winter. It's going to be absolutely perfect. And of course, it does lack floral ingredients, which is something that I typically associate with the spring as well. I can see this one appealing to somebody who's a little bit younger, but it also has that level of sophistication that it would appeal to somebody who is a little bit older as well. And as far as the presentation is concerned, gorgeous presentation. Definitely something new happening here on the bottle with the glimmering, you know, vibe that it gives across, and the hue, you know, transitioning from one color to the other. I think it's a beautiful presentation. My final verdict is, if you are a fan of vanilla, brown sugar, caramel, toffee, clean musk, you're looking for a really luxurious gourmand, Mahni Cassonade is a fragrance that you must try. I believe it's sold out though, but of course I had to do my due diligence and I wanted to cover it on my channel because I truly think it's a special fragrance. Thank you so much for watching. That was my review of Mahni Cassonade by Navitus Parfums. If you own or have tried this fragrance, please let me know what you think. Drop your comments down below. If you have any experience with Navitus Parfums, drop your comment down below. Also, if you took something of value from today's episode, why don't you go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up. It would help tremendously. Thanks again for watching. I love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow with a new episode.